Hi Saggi, how are you? I'm Eriu and welcome to Eriu Tarot Readings and welcome to your November reading. So to my old subscribers, good to have you back and great to see you again. And to my new subscribers, you're very welcome. I hope you are doing well and whatever you're going through, we're going to hopefully find a bit of clarity for you with this reading, okay? So remember, if this doesn't fully resonate, which kind of probably won't because it's not a private reading, check out my moon, your moon and rising sign videos as well. And also, just to let you know, I'm leaving this very open, Sag, so apply it how you see fit. So whether home life, work life, family, friends, love, or something in particular that's going on with you, then applied, as I said, how you will. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. My email address is below. Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you one back. Speaking of shooting, Halloween time, Samhain is almost upon us. Well, actually, when this video goes out, it could be just after Samhain. So I'm hearing so many fireworks and bangers, and I'm really sorry if the camera picks that up because I'm not using my microphone this time. I've missed putting my hands on the cards while recording, to be honest, so that's what I'm going back to. So I'm really sorry if there is a banger or firework. And it's so distracting as well. And then you hear all the dogs go off. They're like, woo woo. You're like, oh, poor dogs. All right, here we go. Start, of the month. Middle of the month. End of the month. Excuse me, Sag, I don't think you need my help at all. What? Jesus H. Christ. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you anything. All is well. End of. Thanks for coming. So, let me just take that in. Let me just breathe all this in. It's great. So, very start of the month for you and your clarifying card here. Okay, start of the month, Saggy, we got the Lovers. So you have 2 major arcanas and 1 ace of cups, and these are all the energies that will be happening during November, and obviously the end cards are clarifying that. The Lovers is governed by Gemini. And who doesn't like or not want this card in their reading? It's so, in some ways this card is romantic and whimsical and ethereal in some ways, and then in other ways it's volcanic, it's lusty, it's sexy, it's all those other things as well that come with being in a relationship with someone. So for some of you, Jesus, I feel like this card's nearly for everybody though, you're finally cementing that relationship. Now, I'm saying it's the Lovers, but I'm going to leave it open for you as well. So if you know yourself nothing romantic is happening, then understand the companionship and the coming together in a particular relationship is really going to be cemented at the start of November. So I'd even apply this to, say, work colleagues, something like that, or just kind of any group even. Well, it would say it's 2 people here because it is 2 for the Lovers, but it's finally getting it together, like the 2 coming together. The jigsaw piece fits in finally, and there's something that feels so very finally about this. And Sadie, you'll probably let me know in the comment section what that is for you. 2 people that are open, honest, ready for what this is, ready for the next step, and ready to really truly show themselves. And I don't mean talking about that, by that I mean when people say, oh, I'm this sort of person, just me personally, I'm this sort of person. I'm talking about someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but like walks the walk, and it says, and doesn't budge in their stability. Although having said that, this is a Gemini card, so stability will be like this. But you and Gemini get along so well, Sag, that there's no doubt in my mind that you wouldn't even have a good time cementing this. I don't even think it would be even a big question for the 2 of you. So like finally, Sag, that's why I keep hearing finally. So if you have been trying to get involved with someone or cement something with someone that was really taking its time, like, and I feel like months, because neither one of you wanted to have this conversation, you will have this conversation, you will be fruitful in that, and you will You will accomplish this. Now, this is why I was like, what? To clarify, you have the Two of Cups here. So we're looking at Major Arcana and Minor Arcana, both of which represent similar things but energy of a lesser scale. So for a lot of you, this meeting of the minds was very, very important. This meeting of someone was very important. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, but my God, when you combine the two. And it's about somebody, as I said, coming forward to you and saying, this is how it is. This is how I feel about it. What do you think? I'm here. Show me. And that level of assertiveness and almost confidence in oneself that we could never deem to be egotistical or cocky, because it's not that energy. It's very much saying, I'm in this, are you? And I feel like there's almost a slight taken aback by how this conversation happens, but and I also feel you get quite bashful about it a little bit and sort of reduce in your own little confidence. But I see things finally changing. For a lot of you, if you have been waiting on that engagement and you know it's coming, it's the start of November. Like, there's no doubt that engagement, that union is so strong for you to start the month. Again, apply it how you will. If it's finally coming back together with a family member that you love, that you've lost contact with, that's like almost like long lost families, they're out there, you're finally reuniting after 20-30 years. This is saying, this is rejuvenating that love, and that love was always there, but it really needed two people to come forward. So that is fantastic. Oh, we're doing good so far, aren't we? Right, middle card, the very middle of the month here, we have the Sun card. This is Leo card. So again, the very much similar even imagery. We've got the sun up here. We have the red and the red wings. We also have the nakedness. That's a big thing. But we have a more of a freedom aspect here. So people will traditionally say that Sagittarians have a fear of commitment, and that is due to the fact they are afraid, I should say, I'm speaking to you, you are afraid possibly of your freedom being compromised. It takes an older Saggi who's lived it to really understand that freedom can be found in everything. It's just how you view it. And so here, this actually coming together, I think there's a realization of that now, Saggi, that you're like, this doesn't need to be so weighed down, this doesn't need to be so serious, but I still get to be me, and that's great. Now, do I see you kind of galloping off in the sunset a little bit too much? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, but who doesn't want to enjoy this Leo energy, this vitality? And you're starting to see in the middle of the month, because your mindset has changed and how you feel has changed, how people come to you will equally change, and that's really important. Not that I think you were getting a lot of negative energy. It's not really you, Sag. You don't really get it. You see it, you ignore it. But you're definitely going to see a turnaround. People turning their heads and going, oh, hey, and coming towards you with things because they really value your intellect and they value your wisdom, which is also what this card brings. Now, to clarify this, we have the Two of Swords. So, a little bit off, not quite, so that's perfectly fine. Two of Swords here is Libra, Gemini again, and Aquarius energy, and this is about holding the truth in your hand, in both hands, but not quite sure which way to go with it, or not quite sure which route to pick. You know, again, we could apply it to the traditional Sagittarian characteristics, which I don't want to generalize you though, because I really don't feel like any Sagittarian I've ever met, even Saggy Moons, could be so generalized to that degree. But there has to be an aspect where you make a decision. And whatever this decision is for the middle of the month for you, know that you will come out quite successful regardless. But it's about you understanding that you need to sit down and take the time to go through this. There's an element of critiquing, not being overly critical. That's not it. Critiquing and analysing what is in front of you, because I feel like you are not quite sure what way to go, which route to go down, and it's important that to give yourself that time and space to figure it out, that you make the right decision, and that really only comes down to you allowing that to happen. I would say, because we're at a beach here and that there's sand, there's that extra element of don't put your head in the sand, Saggy, because it's not going to be worth it at the end of the day. Again, I know Saggis that don't do that. But for the purposes of this reading and whatever this is that you are involved in, it's very important that you don't do that, because you need to see it with fresh eyes. You need to have all the information there, and you do, but you need to sit down and really think about this. But again, the outcome here for you in the middle of the month is that freedom. So it's almost like the earlier you do it and you properly sit down with it, the earlier you get to feel up and running again, like your normal self. It's quite sweet. There's a lot of wealth here in many ways, Sag. I'm happy to tell you. Happiness is coming back. Happiness is in. At the end of the month then we have the Ace of Cups. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. This keeps coming up as well for people. Aces there's only 4 of them obviously in the deck, and they are the new beginnings of that particular suit. And we also have to remember that aces are that suit's energy in its really most potent form. So when we see it quite lavishly flowing over, like the cup runneth over here, we're talking about of emotions and emotional well-being and emotional happiness. It's really great when this card comes up, because I see people who are fulfilled. Okay, it's almost like when you have a good meal, the belly's full, but when you are really happy, the spirit is full. And I see that at the end of the month for you. Again, it was not a bad month in any way, but that element of happiness is going to become so apparent to you. Not that you haven't been feeling it, but it hasn't been at the level that you would have liked or would normally operate on. Just check the camera. And when this card pops up, I would say that it is so pure in itself as well. To acknowledge the purity of that is, that's what we need these days, isn't it? Like when this card comes up, and I said this to Cancer, who had that in a similar spot, or else it was the middle, but I know Ace of Cups come up a few times this month. That when you have all of this, you are in the position to disperse that out evenly to everyone else, and just have a change in the day and have a change in someone else's day, especially what we're all going through now. We have to pass each other in the street and say hello, how are you, lovely day, little pleasantries that really might not feel like a lot but lift us. So you're in such a great position to deliver that to other people, that this card encourages you to do that at the end of the month, because there's no way that you're not going to run out of this happiness, this good joyful emotion. So when you have that much, it's only right that you give it out to people as well, so that they experience it too. And I don't know why, but there is an element of things being almost holy for you. Like something more divine has come in to give you this, and yeah, it has. Now to clarify that card, we do have the 2 of Pentacles here. So 2 2s. Oh my goodness, 3 2s. Sag. I'm only seeing that now. 3 2s. Oh my goodness, this is great. This is great. Yes, sorry, clarifying 2 of Pentacles here. Again, there's the hemming and hawing about things, as we'd say, kind of weighing out your options, not quite sure. It's saying that the 2 of Pentacles can mean that you are weighing up the options of yourself. If that sounds a bit off to you, let me explain. Aspects of yourself that you may be struggling with. It can also mean financially, things that you may somewhat be struggling with. This is the clarifying card, but I can't really stand behind it, because I feel like this trumps this card, no bother. So I feel like at the end of the month there may be an element of you feeling like you have to juggle everything, or juggle a few things. Some of you could be moving, some of you could be moving overseas, contemplating that. I'm also hearing that some of you are thinking of really changing profession, going into the medical profession is a big one, or going into financial profession, and you're outweighing whether or not you should do that, or go here, or where you should go. Just know that you will be successful, as I said before, because your emotional contentment is in the right place. So whatever way you kind of choose, you will be fine. And also this emotional fulfillment, emotional well-being, well-being will help you balance out that uncertainty at the end of the month. So great reading, Sag. Really great reading. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can certainly have one. Email address below. Shoot me an email. Until next month, Sag. Really enjoyed this month. It's about time you got back to your old self. Sending you all my love and sending all of your family and friends the best well-being there possibly is. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.